Hello, my name is Girdell Blaze. I'm a part of the EForT scalping team. My PO is Dr. Masood Sajadi, and here's a quick tutorial on optimizing your expert advisor. So, basics of optimization. First of all, what is it? Optimization is finding the best combination of parameters that can make your EA yield the best results in terms of net profit, profit factor, number of trades, Sharpe ratio, drawdown, holding time, etc. So what's cool is that MetaTrader 5 has a tool in the strategy tester that can take care of that, which I will show you how it works later on. And second, why is optimization important? Well, first, it can help you test strategies of others before purchasing them to see how well they work. And also, optimization can help you refine your own strategy as well. Okay, so here we are in MetaTrader 5. I'm going to show you how the optimization tool works step by step using our expert advisor as an example. So first, to use this tool, what you want to do is go to the navigator panel, select your expert advisor from the list of advisors that are already there. So for us, we have EMA stock mix, right click, test, so that your EA ends up in the strategy tester. So now we're going to be here. The symbol that I'm using is the Euro US dollar currency pair on a 5-minute chart. This is the period that I'm going to test the expert advisor on. No forward testing, a delay of 180 milliseconds, every tick based on real ticks, a deposit of 10,000 US dollars, and 1 to 100 for the leverage. So if I go here to optimization, if you click here, you'll see that there's a few options that you can choose from. For me, I'm just going to go with slow complete algorithm, which means that the optimization tool is going to basically test different parameters and different combinations for our expert advisor. And also, if you go over here, you can choose which factors that you want to focus on so that you can see them in the results tab after the optimization tool is done. So for me, I'm just going to choose balance max. But you can see that there's like other things that you can choose from as well. Balance max. So now what I'm going to do is go to the inputs tab. So here you see the list of all the inputs that we have in our expert advisor, and you can choose like whichever variable that you want to optimize. So in this case, for this example, I want to optimize stop loss trailing level and the take profit trailing level. So right now I have it starting at 18 for stop loss and 8 for take profit. I want it to start there. So I have 18 and 8. Step basically means like the interval or the increments. So if I start at 18 and if I have a step of 1, it will go 18, 19, 20, 21, and the same thing for take profit. So for me, I'm just going to go by tens until I reach, let's just say 180. And then here I'll click on 80. Make sure that's also 10 as well. So this is basically how many steps that I have for each variable, and this is my final value. The larger the value, the longer it'll take for the optimization tool to work. So it could take anything from a few minutes, 10 minutes, to like a few hours, or maybe even a day. It depends. So this is what I'm going with right now. And if I click start, okay, so optimization took just a few minutes, and you can see here are my results in 2 different formats. So first I have this table down here that shows all the different combinations for my stop loss and take profit and the results that they generate in terms of total trades and net profit. And you can also see the same values here in this scatter plot. So remember how earlier I wanted to focus on balance max? Well, let's say I wanted to focus on a different criterion, right? So I just click here. And for example, let's say I want to focus on balanced and max profit factor. Here are the results for that. Let's say I wanted to focus on a different criterion, like for example, Sharpe ratio. Here are the results for that. So I'm going to go back to balance max like how I had it. And let's say I wanted to back test the most optimal case. So I'll click on that case, right click, and click on run single test. So after I've done that, I go to the backtest tab, and here are my results for that case. Now let's look through every metric one by one to see just how good the results are. So if we look at total net profit, that's looking good. Gross profit is looking good. Profit factor is looking good. Same with recovery factor. Sharp ratio is not ideal because it's under 1, so it's suboptimal because it's 0.36. Drawdown is pretty low, which is good. We want to keep that low. So far so good for the most part. And if you look down, you're going to see that there's other catches besides the Sharp ratio. For example, we see that the largest loss trade is negative $215.47. Now, because this is a loss, we want to keep this value as small as possible. So that's another catch. Here, we can see the charts that were generated. Here is the MFE and MAE graphs. This is a chart representing the holding times. So here we have another big catch, like a really bad one. You see this dot? See this dot right here? That represents the maximum position holding time, which is 177 hours. Now think about it. We're scalpers, right? We want to jump in and out of the market in short intervals of time, right? That's how we work. So if you have a position holding time of 177 hours, that's very, very terrible. Because ideally, you want your positions to be as low as a few seconds to several hours, preferably under 24 hours. Because if you have holding times over 24 hours, that doesn't count as scalping anymore. And you can see here, even in the average position holding time, 35 hours, that's over a day. That's not good. So even though this is considered the most optimal case for balanced max, you can see that there are some catches. So what's important with the optimization tool, don't take those cases at face value. They may look good, but when you run the backtest, you'll see that there are some catches here and there. So it's really important to backtest all these cases, and not just for the values that I said earlier. Try many different values because overall, you want to generate the best results. So keep trying, keep looking at different things that you can do, and make sure to backtest so that you can really analyze the results to see that you really have the good results that you want for your strategy. And that concludes the end of the tutorial. Thank you for watching.